News World, bringing the news for your doorstep.
From outside Liberia's capital, the Pleasant. Good evening and welcome to Fuga News World. 30 minutes of news presentations about Liberia and Africa in our one world. My name is Lyndon Tuga, anchoring the segment of news presentation. Coming up in the headline, Central Bank of Liberia orders all government payments through new national electronic system. Former Justice Minister Musa Dane denied road in controversial diamond sale. Doctors at ELW hospital protest over unpaid benefits and poor working condition. And away from Liberia, International Criminal Court conveys Darfur Malaysia, leader of war crime. These plus many more development in our package. We're taking a short break. Upon our return, we bring you our news bulletin. Welcome back and thanks for joining us on this presentation. Musa Seri with our news bulletin.
The Central Bank of Liberia has ordered that all government revenue collections and payment being routed through the National Electronic Payment Switch, an inclusive instant payment system. Effective October 27, 2025, all government-to-person payments, including salaries, pensions, and social benefits, must go through the electronic platform. The bank says beginning December 1st, all revenue collections via mobile money such as taxes, fees, and levies must also be proceed through the system. According to CBL, the move will promote transparency, strengthen financial management, and ensure faster, more efficient payments across the public sector. The central bank warned that failure to comply with the directive will lead to regulatory actions as required by law. Former Justice Minister Musa Dane has denied involvement in dispute diamond sale, saying the transactions were solely handled by the Ministry of Mines and Energy. Dane told DN News his legal advice was ignored, stressing that the deal was privately managed and not supervised by the Ministry of Justice. He clarified that justice never sees or approved the diamond transaction, rejected claims of ministry involvement in the controversial sale. Dean accused Councillor Simon Sivers of distorting facts, saying his statements misrepresented historical interactions surrounding the issues. Amid growing scrutiny of Liberia's mineral sectors, Dean called for transparency, truth, and institutional accountability as investigations into the case continue. Several doctors and nurses at ELW Hospital have staged a peaceful protest demanding the payment of what they describe as long overdue benefits. The protesters said the hospital has failed to address their arrears despite multiple internal discussions with management. For the alleged deductions made from their salary through NASCOM are not being properly remitted. Meanwhile, their grief health workers cited salary delays, lack of transportations, poor ambulance services, and unsafe working conditions among their major concerns. The group is calling on hospital authorities and relevant government institutions to intervene and ensure the welfare is prioritized. The Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency says it has arrested, investigated, and forwarded to court a 45-year-old woman accused of possessing a large quantity of tramadol. According to LD, the suspect allegedly concealed the drugs inside gallons of red oil, but officers uncovered them during routine vehicle inspections. During questioning, the suspect identified as Imon Boyi reportedly admitted ownership of the gallons containing the substances. The LDA said the arrest comes as part of its ongoing efforts of dismantle drugs networks and intensify the fight against trafficking across Liberia. Meanwhile, the agency reaffirmed its commitment to enforcing drug laws and ensuring that perpetrators face justice. The Liberia National Police has launched an investigation into an alleged gang rape involving a 60-year-old woman in Gantanima County. According to police, one suspect has been arrested and charged, while another remains at large. A manhunt is on the way to ensure his capture. Preliminary findings reveal the second suspect is the son of a serving police officer who is now under investigations by the Professional Standard Department for alleged obstruction. Police spokesperson Cecilia Clark assured that the case will be handled with full impartiality, emphasizing that no one is above the law. The LMP condemned all forms of sexual and gender-based violence and reaffirmed its commitment to protecting victims and upholding justice. Meanwhile, the police are urging citizens to assist investigators and continue reporting LGBTQ cases through Justice Community channels. The Deputy Director of the Liberia National Bureau of Concessions, Victims Bayant Kamarat, has called for greater transparency and reform across the country's extractive industry. Speaking at a one-day policy dialogue organized by Integrity Watch Liberian Monrovia, Kamara emphasized the need to tackle inherited sectors challenges while maximizing Liberia's natural resources potential. He said the Bureau will expand public access to concessions data and review existing agreements for non-compliance, including tax evasion and unreported revenues. Kamara also urged citizens to report malpractice and warn against vandalizing concession assets, stressing that such actions could discourage investors and affect national development. He commended lawmakers for supporting transparency initiative and reaffirmed President Joseph Boakai commitment to sustainable reform that ensure Liberia's natural resources benefit all citizens. The World Foundation's International Multipurpose Agriculture Cooperative has unveiled a 5-year food security campaign to empower farmers and reduce Liberia's heavy food import dependence. The operations feed the nation's Liberia the 2025 2030 initiative targeted 52,500 smallholder farmers across all 15 counties with farmland, tools, seed, fertilizers, and modern training. WIFAT Mark says it will set up agro-processing hubs, expand market access, and enhance farmers' data systems while promoting climate-smart and sustainable agricultural practices nationwide. The campaign officially launched on October 30 at Monrovia City Hall and aligns with President Boakai's arrest agenda for agricultural reform and rural growth. Leader of WIFAT says the effort will create jobs, cut Liberia's 2 million food import bill, and set the country on a course towards full self-sufficiency by 2030. Sano County Senator Augustine Chia is calling for the arrest of suspended Deputy Minister Brian McGill over allegations of raping 14-year-old girl. The senator criticized Police Inspector General Gogo Common for damaging DNA evidence before making an arrest, describing the move as a political cover-up. Senator Chia argued that the victim's statement, medical report, and video footage are sufficient ground for immediate police action. He warned that applying different standards for suspect undermines public confidence and weakens the justice system. Senator Chia stressed that the rule of law must prevail, adding no public official should be considered untouchable. Nimba County Representative and CMC political leader Musa Belate says the political party will surprise his team in the 2029 elections. Speaking to supporters, Belate said his development record speaks clearly, challenging critics to do more for citizens, declaring, if you build one bridge, that would build two. He criticized Senator Prince Moi for limited progress, urging stronger commitment to Brown County, saying if Moi built 5 miles of roads, he would build 20. Belate revealed the legislature allocated $800 million for county development, accusing Moi, former finance chair, of failing to deliver tangible results. In stress, Brown County is in Senator Moi's personal farm, vying to ensure visible progress, every citizen to effective leadership and accountable governance. The government of Liberia has launched the 2025 National Budget Outreach and 2026 pre-budget consultations in Sandokwele Nimba County, promoting transparency and citizen participation. Deputy Finance Minister Anthony Mayo said the national budget draft development supporting schools, healthcare, roads, agriculture and jobs, describing Sandokwele's selection as a symbol of decentralization. Deputy Minister Bill Magay Jones emphasized that citizens' input ensure the budget address community priorities and effectively respond to local needs. Local officials welcomed the consultations, highlighting demands for improved healthcare, education, agriculture, and rural infrastructure across Nimba County. The ministry says students, civil society, people with disability, and businesses discuss allocations, transparency, and citizens monitor of public funds during the forum. Alternative National Congress political leader Alexander Cummins says his party represents underprivileged Liberians lacking access to education, unemployment, and essential healthcare services across the country. Speaking at the ANC convention, Cummins said the party aims to reduce inequality, stressing that few benefit from Liberia's wealth while the majority continue to suffer. It emphasized Liberia's wealth contrasts its poverty, calling for visionary leadership capable of managing the economy effectively and creating sustainable jobs for citizens. Cummins added Liberia's youth face growing unemployment despite university educations underscoring the urgencies of practical job creation initiative nationwide. He urged ANC partisans to promote the parties actively, stressing that political power must be earned through dedication, service, and collective hard work. Liberia has reaffirmed its leadership in advancing gender equality in diplomacy and governance with the validations of a gender-responsive roadmap. Councilor Digo Great, acting Minister of Foreign Affairs, emphasized that Liberia stands as the first African country to chart the course towards a gender-responsive foreign policy. Minister Gray contends that such move positions Liberia at the forefront of continental and global efforts to champion gender equality and human rights policy. She highlighted that Liberia remains the first country in Africa to formally commit to persuade a feminist foreign policy following the government's decision in February 2024. Also speaking, Madam Comfort Lampe, Country Representative of UN Women, welcomed the milestone while pledging the organization's continued support to Liberia in achieving the objectives of the roadmap.
This is a reminder that you are listening to Foca News World, 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, holding our one world. A recap of major stories we are closely following on this news presentation. Central Bank of Liberia orders a government payment through new national electronic system. Former Justice Minister Dame denied road in controversial diamond sealed. Doctors at ELWA hospital protest over unpaid benefits and poor working conditions. And away from Liberia, the International Criminal Court conveys Darfur Malaysia leader of war crime. We're taking a short break. Upon our return, we bring you the actual voices of those making the news. Welcome back and thanks for joining us on this presentation. New Georgia Township Commissioner Pajan Bandad is encouraging graduates of the William Gabriel Boulay High School to remain focused and determined in pursuing higher education. Speaking at the school 13th graduation ceremony, Commissioner Bandad shared how persistent helped her complete her studies despite challenges. She also commended parents and guardians for their sacrifices in supporting the children's education. The voice of New Georgia Township Commissioner Patient Bernadette speaking at the 13th graduation ceremony of William Gabriel Mole Memorial High School. Bone County District 5 Representative Eugene Colley says plans are underway to introduce bill aimed at improving coast operation and justice delivered across Liberia. Speaking at the Bone Trial Judges Association retreat, he highlighted the legislature's commitment to judicial reform and collaboration. Colley also noted that increased budgetary support is being considered to strengthen efficiency, accountability, and the rule of law within Liberia's courts. Bone County District 5 Representative Eugene Colley there speaking. Alternative National Congress political leader Ellis Cummins says his party is committed to reducing inequality in Liberia. Speaking at the ANC convention, he highlighted the need for leaders who can create jobs, improve health care, and expand education access. Cummins urged partisans to actively campaign, stressing that political power must be earned through hard work. That was ANC political leader Lieutenant Cummins speaking on the party's mission to reduce inequality in Liberia. Bone County Representative, that's Nima County Representative Musa Ability, vows that no political rivalry will outshine his team ahead of the 2029 election. Over the weekend, he highlighted his development record, challenging Senator Prince Moy to match his efforts and cited the $800 million allocated for county projects in 2024. But it stressed Bone County is not a personal farm, reaffirming his commitment to leadership and progress. The voice of CMC political leader Musa Belete there speaking. This is a reminder that you are listening for the Fuka News War. 30 minutes of news presentations about Liberia, Africa, or now global village. A recap of major headlines we are following. Central Bank of Liberia orders of government payment through new national electronic system. Former Justice Minister Musa Dane denied road and controversial diamond sealed. Doctors at ELW hospital protest over unpaid benefits and poor working conditions. And away from Liberia, International Criminal Court conveys Darfur Malaysia leader of war crimes. Let's go over to Emmanuel Sawule to bring us our sporting details.
Good evening. The Bon County Steering Committee has officially unveiled Petani Moluba as the new head coach of the county's football team ahead of the upcoming National County Sport Meets. Moluba, currently the deputy coach of Watanga FC and former Mosuralo County coach, brings a wealth of experience in coaching top-tier teams to his new role. According to Moluba, he has demonstrated exceptional leadership and tactical acumen as deputy coach of Watanga FC, a team in the LFA First Division League. He also successfully helped Mosuralo County in the National County Sport Meets, showcasing his expertise in high-pressure environment. The committee expressed confidence in Moluba's appointment, stating that they believe he will bring positive results for the county. Back to you, Lino.
This is a reminder that you are listening to Fuga News War, 30 minutes of news presentation covering Liberia, Africa, with now one war. A recap of major stories we are closely following on this newscast. Central Bank of Liberia orders of government payment through new national electronic system. Former Justice Minister Musa Dane denied road and controversial diamond sealed. Doctors at ELW hospital protest over unpaid benefits and poor working conditions. And away from Liberia, the International Criminal Court conveyed Darfur Malaysia leader of war crime. Let's take a short break. Upon our return, we bring you our international details. Welcome back and thanks for joining us. Musa Sharif zoom in with our news, with our international news.
The International Criminal Court has convicted a former Sudanese military leader for atrocity committed in the Darfur conflict more than 20 years ago, marking the first ever convictions related to the violence that devastated the region. On Monday, judges Ali Hubu found Ali Mohammed Al-Abdi Al-Ramad, also known as Ali Kushaba, guilty of 27 counts for war crimes and crimes against humanity, including murder, rape, torture, and persecution. His sentence will be determined after a new run of hearings.
With this being said, this is how we come to the end of our newscast. But before leaving you a recap of top stories we have been following closely on this news presentation. Central Bank orders a government payment through new national electronic system. Former Justice Minister Musa Dane denied road and controversial diamond seal. Doctors at ELW hospital protest over unpaid benefits and poor working conditions. And away from Liberia, International Criminal Court conveyed Darfur Malaysia leader of war crimes. Musa Sharif brought to you the news bulletin. Emmanuel Sawule brought to you our sporting details. Tete Bravo controlled and coordinated all of our time. On behalf of our entire news crew, my name is Lyndon Tobai, presented. Good evening.